My name is Jeanette, aka Sarayah. And before I get started, I always like to give glory, honor, and praise to the Most High Yah. And in all your ways, acknowledge Him. Proverbs 3. All right. So I decided to go ahead and go live while I have a hour. Ooh, I got an hour before I have to get back to work, you guys. And so I decided to go ahead and push that button and let's chat it up with you guys. So while I wait for some of you guys get your notification, hey Andrea, how are you today? How are you today? I didn't forget my glasses today. What happened was I switched purses and I have like two pairs of glasses. I have cause both of my glasses are just reading glasses. And so I have one that's strong and then one is not as strong. And these are the not as strong because the other ones I need for, you know what else I forgot to bring? Gorgeous girl, you looking so pretty. Oh, thank you so much. And today my title that I wanted to come by and share with you guys today, whether you watch it now or whether you catch it on the replay, and I was going to title it, and probably when I get through, I'm going to retitle it, and showing up for yourself. How does that look? To show up and be the best version of you. All right. Because we give our all to others. You know what I mean? Like I'm really giving others my all. And then when it's time for you to show up for yourself, you have nothing left. You kind of beat it down. You pretty much tired. All of the things, right, that we as people, deal with. So showing up for yourself. And that's why I'm going live, because if I want this channel to do what I envision for it to do, then I must show up for myself. I must show up for myself, even when I don't feel like it, or sometimes I just don't even want to. What does that got to do with your end goal? What does your feelings have to do with what you're trying to accomplish? Can I get an amen? You know what I mean? What does that got to do with anything? Let me just put my glasses on real quick, y'all, because I can't. I had to put that tie thing on. Anyway, Andrea, thank you so much for the beautiful compliment. Love that. Yes. Speaking on it. Yes. Gabriana Jennings, how are you? So good to see you. Showing up for yourself, it means a lot. For your mental, for your physical, for your spiritual, for your emotional, whatever that looks like. It is important for you to have a conversation with yourself in the mirror and say, I need to show up for you. I got to be the best person for you. Because if I break down, if I deplete myself, can I search around and see who's going to show up and be there for me? Like, I need to get a list. Listen, you get a certain age in your life, you look at things totally different. You get a list in your life and you say to yourself, if anything should happen to me, it don't have to be detrimental. We don't have to get that deep because I trust in the Most High. But if something happens to me where I need assistance, who will I be able to call on and get that assistance? Because obvious you got people in your life where they can call on you and you right there. All right, you Johnny on the spot, you right there. But my question is, do you have 1, 2, 3, 5? How many people that if anything should occur in your life that you know for a certainty, with all of their strength, they're going to try to be there for you? So I had to take a step back and start doing an assessment and say, hey, Jeanette, before you go run yourself thin, before you go run yourself, you know what I'm saying? Before you allow your cup to be run dry, you better make sure Okay, you better make sure that you did the necessary steps that you needed to do for yourself. I love to make people happy. This kind of person I am. I am a person that loves to see a smile on somebody's face. I love to see that I help put that smile on your face. But that can be tricky sometimes. That can be tricky sometimes because sometimes people have an expectation of you, and if you don't follow suit, they through with you. The one time you don't follow suit, that person could be through with you. They could be like, you know what? You didn't come through for me. And I'm like, what about the 99 times I did come through for you? Um, yes. What about the 99 times I did come through for you? What about all those times? This one time I didn't come through. Now this the time that everything got under a microscope. What's that about? Yusuf, I've literally been thinking about this recently and realizing a lot of my friends wouldn't do for me what I do for them. But I'm depressed behind doors when I get quiet. See, that's what I mean, Jenny. That is what I mean. When you allow it, because let me tell you something, sweetheart. We can blame somebody else. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We can blame others for our letdowns, disappointments. We can blame others, but we have to learn to take accountability for self. Once you take accountability for your own actions, you'll realize how much power that you are allowing someone else to kind of have over you. You really allowing other people to dictate how you feel. But when you decide that I'm going to take this power back, what does that even look like? How do I even take my power back? How do I get control? Because that's something that people need to understand. How do I get back control of what I feel that I'm so out of control on, right? I feel like I'm out of control. How do I gain that back? I'm still here, but we'll be editing and multitasking. Oh, awesome. No problem. Okay, so you ask yourself a question like, how do I get that power back from them? Because I feel like, because when you're around somebody and somebody is not just making you feel well, like I was listening to this guy the other day, and he was saying that a lot of times people be like, cut that person off, cut that person off. Not everybody is in a position to cut people off for various reasons, right? It's various reasons. It could be your husband. It could be your wife. It could be your mom. It could be your dad. It could be your sibling. It could be your job. It could be certain things that you would like to let go, but you're not in a position to actually let it go. So how do I get this control that I feel like I have none of it? I must assess my behavior. I must assess it. I must see, how am I performing when I'm around this person? How am I acting when I'm around this person? Am I just a yes person, kind of like a bobblehead? Whatever they say goes. I keep my feelings, my whatever I have to myself. Is that what I'm doing here? I'm just keeping it all in. That's how people get ulcer. They keep everything locked in. And then by the time they do explore, they end up with an ulcer. They end up with a blood clog. They end up with an aneurysm because they kept too much locked in. They was really afraid to express whatever they may have been feeling. So to get my power back, if I'm around a loved one or something like that, you have to teach people how to treat you, especially if I treat you well, especially if I am treating you well. You don't want to treat me well, you would get a silence treatment from me. You would get a silence treatment for me. Because let me tell you something. Silence speaks louder than your words can ever do. Because sometimes we think if I project my voice, if I say it louder, if I say it angrier, if I say it, that ain't doing nothing to a deaf ear. That is not going to do anything to a person that has tuned you out. So guess what I got to do? I got to give you a dose of your medicine. I must tune you off to save my sanity, to heal myself. I got to tune you out. I don't care if you're my mom, my dad, my husband, my wife, my sister, my brother, my job. I will come in there and do my job and zip it. Well, we want to get your engagement. We want to get your impact. Well, let me think about that. Let me see what I can come up with. Nothing. I'm here to do a job and I'm going to go home. All the executive decisions is up to you all. I can do my job without an attitude. I can do my job without all that engagement that you all that because you didn't appreciate it. Just because somebody is your husband or wife or your mom, your daughter, does not give them the authority to downplay whatever you are expressing or whatever you are feeling. But once I give you that authority, now they do have that. And now it's up to you. But taking care of yourself is more than just superficial. It's more than, oh, I got my hair done. I got my nails done. I got a new outfit. I got those things. That's superficial. That can make you look good, but that won't make you feel good. Now, looking good, it's important. It's important that you keep up with your hygienes. It's important that you keep up with your appearance. That is important. That's part of self-care. But it runs deeper than that. Can we go a little bit deeper than the outer appearance? Can we go deeper? Let me just see what I'm doing, my behavior. Because if you're not a person that can take accountability for yourself, you will always find yourself, not play, but you will always find yourself as the victim instead of the victory, having the victory. Why do I feel like you're speaking directly to me? Thank you for speaking today. The message in the word that comes out that people share is their journey that someone else can relate to. That's all it is. It's their journey because it's on a journey, but the journey is similar. I know we think we so different. We so, you know what I'm saying? No, we not. We all experience the same hurt, the same pain, the same. It be the same. It be the same. But giving somebody a word of encouragement, giving somebody a lift up in the spirit is so important. It's not for you to, because you don't know what people are going through, like you said, Jenny, behind closed doors. Hey, Kimberly, good morning. You don't know what people experiencing when it gets dark outside. How does that make you feel? You know what I mean? When you're in the house alone, how does that make you feel? See, you don't know those people's feelings on that level, but you can see them showing up. You can see them smiling. You can see them all the things, and they can't even be by themselves because they got some wounds that needs to be healed from family, and people be saying like people on the outside, can't nobody on the outside hurt you as bad as the people on the inside. Who are the inside people? Family, loved ones, friends. See, the people on the outside, if they hurt you, you can cut them off and be like, deuces, lose my number, never call me again. You ain't got to have nothing to do with them. But those ones that you care about, and love and all of the things, right? That's not so easy to do. To cut them off and get rid of them. I love you. I love you. You know what I'm saying? I love you. So when it's like that, nobody like family. Family can do a number on you that be like, wow, if this is love, don't show me hate. If this is a way that you are telling me that you love me, why it feels like this? Love is kind. Love is gentle. Love feels good. It's the best feeling you can have because you can know when somebody loves you, because love is an action. It's not just a saying. It's not just a word. Love is an action. And if you're not showing me that I love you, that you love me and I love you, you can keep that word. You can keep that all to yourself. hurting me and loving me. You confused. Pick a side. Either you love me or you don't. And if you don't, get away from me because I love you. But you can get away from me because you don't love me. I remember I was working a job one time. Story time. I love story times, guys. And I was working a job. And this, one of my coworkers, she was always around me. She was always, don't forget the thumbs up, guys. She was always around me. I always want to be in my space, right? Always want to be in my space. But when I tell you, yeah, when I tell you she hated my guts, she did. She did not like me, but she liked what I was about. She liked what I was about. And so what happened was I was getting promoted. I was getting into other things. Management was showing me favor, giving me extra jobs and, just doing all the things, right? And she was around me because she wanted to reap those benefits or be a part of those benefits that I was getting because, being around certain people can get you in certain positions. And I remember one time I left. I left for a few months or something like that. And I ended up coming back. I came back to the job. They was like, "Oh yeah, Jeanette, come on back and whatever. Let's resume as usual. Business as usual, right?" When I got back to that job, she took over the position that they had promoted me in, which was fine with me. I mean, I had left and I came back. But the point of the matter is, I couldn't get enough people in my ear telling me how she was talking about me while I was gone. Just all of the things, just really I never did anything to her, right? And she was just talking about me and talking about me. And so one day I was at work and she was around me and all of us had to go to lunch at the same time. So I decided, I asked the manager, I was like, let me fall back. I need to finish up some things before I, go to lunch. Well, guess what she did? She saw me still working. She decided that she wanted to fall back and continue on with whatever she was doing so we could end up going to lunch together. And at that point, I had enough. I had to let her know. I was like, why are you around me? Why are you around me? And she was like, what? What happened? What happened? I said, you do not like me. Why are you around me? Why are you trying to be in my space? You got the position that I had, but I left. You got the thing. So why are you around me? And it really hurted her feelings, but I didn't care about her feelings because, you can't let the enemy just constantly stay in your presence. Because only thing the enemy is doing is learning what you want, what you thinking, what you doing, so they can go ahead and copy it. So they can go ahead and steal it. So I just asked her a question and she was like, she started crying. I was like, it doesn't even matter. Why are you around me? You do not like me. And she said, that's not true. That's not true. I do like you. Regardless if you confess that you like me or not, I don't want to be around you. How about that? Let's take it off you. Let's put it on me. Because sometimes people like to project things off themselves and make it about another person and not them. So let me reverse this. I don't want to be around you. I don't. And sometimes that's kind of hard to say or harsh to say or however you do. But when somebody is around you and they not bringing out the best in you, making you feel good, making you laugh, making you smile, making you do the things, I'll tell my own mom, if my energy is down, I stay at home. Me and my sisters is best friend. Me and my daughter is best friends. But if my energy is not up to par, I don't even pick up the phone. I do not call them. I do not come around them. I allow whatever I'm dealing with to kind of like subside so that I can bring them the best version of me because I care about them. Sometimes we go around people and you got a funky attitude. You not at your best, right? And so people can sense that and they be like, what's going on with her? What's going on with him? What's going on with them? Hey, Aisha. Hey, beautiful. How are you? And people can feel your energy. I can't speak for everybody, but I feel energy. I feel like you don't want me around. I can feel like eyes talking, like Who is she? What she thinks she's doing? I can feel your energy, and I exit to the left. Cause me and the devil, we don't get along. I gotta. It says flee. It told me to flee. So I be fleeing. I say agree with your adversary quickly while he's present and flee. Let me get away from him. So I had to let her know. I was like, I know you don't care for me. I know you don't. I don't know why. I only been kind to you. It's just a job. We don't go home together. We don't hang out outside of work. Like, I really don't understand why you even got an issue with me. But that's your personal preference, how you feel about me. But to stay in my midst, we ain't got to do that. No, ma'am. You can go ahead and it's okay. It's okay. When we force ourselves on people who just don't want us around, that's your fault. Yeah. Yeah, I feel it too. Yeah. I can literally feel it like, that person don't want me around. Ooh, they don't want me around. I can feel it. And I hope they can feel it when I'm feeling the same way about you. Like, no. No, you're not. Your energy is just down. And there's nothing wrong with somebody being down, but don't get evil, because we all got feelings and emotions where we just don't feel our best. And we need to talk to somebody and we need to get it off our chest. But you got to have selective people that you're saying that to. Sometimes, y'all, I'm going to be straight up and I'm going to be very transparent. I'll talk to the birds. I talk to my Heavenly Father first and foremost, but I will go and feed the birds. Like, I'd be like, it's so therapeutic for me. I never thought I would get to that place where I'm literally outside feeding birds, but they're not asking me for anything. They happy to get the bread, whatever I'm giving them. And it's very therapeutic for me. So I like feeding birds. And I feel like it's a time of release for me when I'm feeding them. When they come around me, it makes me feel good. I don't know why it makes me feel the way that it makes me feel, but it does. It gives me a sense of, I'm helping out. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping out. But it's just so important for you. Like I said on the start of this video, if you just start tuning in, please make sure you thumbs up. Showing up for yourself. How does that look to you? How does that look to you? It doesn't matter how it looks to me. It doesn't matter how it looks to somebody else. But how does that look for you? That's the question you have to ask yourself. How do I show up for myself? What does that even mean to show up for myself? How do I make myself happy? Like, how do I bring joy into my own life? I'm actually starting therapy soon. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Because I want to end generational curses and actually address problems. That's wonderful. When you can, and that's showing up for yourself. That's you trying to get back control of yourself. It's not about anyone else. We make it about everyone else because they contribute to the problem. But I want to take my power back to let you know. You ever let somebody know that they ain't have power on you? They look at you like, oh, that don't affect you no more. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It has no weight. It has nothing. It doesn't affect me anymore. The way that it was affecting me had me in tears, had me like a child want to go into a corner. I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown. So it's like, that doesn't have an effect on me. You look at a person like they crazy. Like, I don't even know how I even allow it to have effect. But it's all about growth. Never be too hard on yourself. Just be hard enough. When I say be hard enough, because if you be too hard to yourself, don't beat self up. Life is already hard. You ain't gotta tear yourself up. And that's why people be wanting to leave the earth and leave, life and all that stuff. They beat themselves up too much. They blame themselves too much. They too hard on themselves. It's got to be some balance there. You got to see the qualities and the beauty that you possess. Like, I'm a nice person. I'm a kind person. I'm a giving person. When I say all the attributes and affirmation that I feel like I give to others, I need to reciprocate those things and give it back to myself as well. That's the point I wanted to get to, because I still let myself get emotional in the face of, yeah, the narcissists, these people, silence with them is your best strategy, because they not hearing nothing. They're never wrong. It's all your fault. It's all on you. It's you. They never take accountability. It's all your fault. Like, heck, it's all my fault. I can only say so many words in here, but like heck, it is all my fault. Now but you can't, when you're dealing with them, you really can't. It's like a wall up there. It's like literally a wall. They will now take accountability for their actions. They will always put it back on you. It's, and they so good, they can make you think like, oh, maybe I did, or maybe I should have, or maybe girl, you ain't did nothing wrong. You ain't did nothing wrong. Nothing that apology can't cure. Oh, was that my fault? I apologize now. Okay, your turn. Did you take in that? Nah, I mean, it was what? It takes two to tangle. I don't care if that's your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife, whoever it is. Come on, take some accountability. Okay. Yes, that was very true. The manipulation is very strong. It's very strong. And it will have you questioning yourself. You'll start playing the, like, maybe it is me. Maybe it is me. No, it's you, boo. It's you. It's you. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's you. It's you. But once they put that wall up of it's about you and it's not about them. Because sometimes with them, because I can't say the word too many times before I get flagged, but sometimes with them, you just can't. You just can't. They would apologize and have a but behind it. I'm sorry about that, but you be like, keep the but out of it. Just take accountability of what you did and how you made me feel. But if you wouldn't have been, okay, so it somehow it boomeranged back on me. You was headed in the right direction. You were saying that I know I was wrong, over what I said or did. And you be like, oh, release. But if you be like, wow, how did that manage to get back to me? How did it manage to make its way back to me? Just riddle me that. Can we just stop right there? He tried to convince me that God didn't give me an answer, that I know that he did, but I was second guessing for a while. I can't do the spirituality. See there? And that's just wrong. That's just wrong. I am here to tell you, and I know your therapist is going to tell you the same. That is just outright wrong. Who is you to say who God speaks to? God speaks to whomever he wants to. He delivers, he protects, he do what he want to do to all of us. We all his creation. So who are you to say that? You can't say that. I can't say that because this is my daughter, this is my son, this is my husband, I can say and do whatever I want to. That is just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. I would never, but I'm coming from a sane mind. With them, you be like, what? Oh my goodness, you be like, want to just scream almost. You literally just want to scream. And my manager used to always say, he said, somebody would say, I just feel like screaming. He said, then scream. But don't scream around them, because I don't want to lose my cool around you. Because losing my cool and falling into your webs of manipulation is irrelevant, because you're still not going to get it. It ain't a tear you can cry. It ain't a yell you can utter to change their minds. You be hollering, you be crying, you may even get a tipping tantrum where you start throwing things. That is irrelevant to one of them. They like, got you. It works every time. And that's all they're going to say. It works every time. And you be looking like, it really does work every time. So let me just change it up. I'm going to let you speak your piece. And you can be like, Because I'm telling you, silence, ooh, child. It speaks so much louder. I'm going to let you speak your piece and I don't have nothing to say. And especially if they know that you're a person that love to defend yourself, love to try to get your point across, don't. It ain't no point. There ain't no point. You ain't hearing me no way. You're not hearing me. And if you claim that you're not hearing me, you're not receiving the message that I am trying to convey. So I'm going to do one better. I'm just going to look at you. Why you looking at me like you crazy? If I actually answer that question, it might get a little violence in here. So I'm just going to look at you and be like, oh, okay then. All right now. Because some people you just will not be able to get through. It ain't in the cards. You just not gonna be able to get to them. But at the same time, if you don't get anything from this message that I'm trying to share with you all today, it is important, again, for you to show up and be the best version of you. I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday. I'm not trying to be the same. I wanna be better than I was the previous days. I want to be better than I was just an hour ago. I want to be better. Because when I know I'm doing better and feeling better, I'm better for you. Because I can just shut down and be just like nonchalant. And who wants to be in that aura? Ugh. Hey, Stacy, how are you? She said, hello, friend. I hope you are doing well. I am doing well. How are you doing today? Just trying to be the best version for yourself. How does that look? How do you show up for yourself? Because we show up for everyone else. We give them our all. I tell people nowadays, not at my age, you can't get my all. You can get some, but you can't get my all. I got to reserve some of this energy, some of this, all this. I got to reserve some things for myself. I give you some. What you need? What you need? I can accommodate a little bit, but I can't accommodate all of me. No. I was saying that the other day. I'm so glad you are doing well. I was saying that the other day. I had to, it's nothing wrong with, you're so welcome. I say this, I was saying this to myself the other day, and I was thinking, I like to have a full conversation with myself. Yes, I answer myself. I do all the things. Don't let nobody make you feel like you're crazy because you're having a conversation. Because I'm not really having a conversation with myself. I'm talking to the Holy Spirit. But I was saying, you know how you could be in a situation, you be like, I gave my all. I gave you my all. No, I didn't. I didn't give you my all. I gave you my best. I may have gave you my youth. I gave you my best, but I ain't gave you my all because I still have more to give. It's some people that been in friendship, relationships, whatever the ship is, and they've been in there for a long period of time, and they be like, I gave that person, I gave you my all. So you are depleted? Are you empty? No. Because if you still got love in your heart, if you still got ideas, that's why some people, you know how they have like business ideas and then they go share all those ideas with somebody and somebody steals them. And they was like, oh my goodness, I gave them my all. I gave them all my creativity. And then they come up with a new idea and they come up with something even more genius than the previous thing they did. Because I didn't give you my all. I was giving you my best and you didn't deserve it. You didn't deserve it. But I thought you did. I really did. I thought you did, but you didn't. But now that I know that, I know I'm safe. I'm saving some of this. Period. It ain't over until it's over. I ain't trying to love nobody to death. It was one of my friends. I got a good friend. And let me ask you, I don't know if any of you all are married here. I know Ola Joe and I are married. But I was talking to one of my friends a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying that, you know how the preachers say till death do us part. When you get married, they say till death do us part. Cause her and her husband was they're going through a divorce, a separation. Well, they're going through a separation right now. And she said, sis, I cannot stand that part about till death do us part. She said, ain't nobody dying over here. Ain't nobody dying over here. Because some people stay with people unto death and they was dying all while they was in that relationship. The relationship wasn't healthy. The relationship wasn't in love. It wasn't me and you just Google eyes and, because you can be with a person for a very long time. And if that person still don't give you butterflies, it's like, oh man, we need to rekindle some things. We need to rewind to when the time when your present was a present. When I saw you, I just, man, he's coming over here with me. Or when he called you and you like, man, that's my man. Okay, that's mine. You know what I'm saying? And if that person ain't bringing out that, you looking at the phone talking about something. Oh, here we go. Girl, y'all need to rewind. Let's see. But she was just sharing that I'm only 18, not married yet, but laugh out loud. Sounds wonderful. Yes, you still young, and I'm so glad to have you here. I know that you are. I know you are experiencing some things with your family, probably mostly your dad, or I don't know if it's your dad or your mom or whoever. But trying to figure these things out at a young age. That's why I'm so happy and so proud of you, Gabriana, for going to therapy, trying to work it out, trying to figure it out, because you don't want to take any toxic into a relationship. Whether that's a friendship, whether that's whatever it is, you don't want to take that with you. You got to free yourself and release that so you can be the best version of yourself. You don't want nobody to be like, okay, what kind of home you came from where you just feel like, because we don't understand subconsciously, we develop certain habits that we was trying to run so far from. We developed those same characteristics that we was trying to run so far from. But when we don't get the proper help to help aid us to know you're running in the same direction where you're trying to run from, let me direct you to a different path. Let me just direct you and move you to a different direction where you can be the best version of you. And because when people say, well, high blood pressure run in my family. Well, how about I change my diet so I don't have high blood pressure? Well, this runs in my family. How about I change the dynamics so I don't have to continue on with that thing? You understand what I'm saying? Well, with it. We need to just stop it. All of our DNAs are uniquely different. All our fingerprints are uniquely different. So my DNA, even though in my mind I might have those same characteristics, but I have the know-how or the tools to try to get help to try to alter that. That's why they be saying, like, say affirmations, say things to yourself regularly, kind about yourself, what type of person that you are, what type of person you would like to become because you're so young, what type of person that you would like to become. I would like to become a person that is caring, is loving, is kind, is giving, is patient. These are things we have to pray for. We literally have to pray for these types of characteristics about ourselves. I don't have to be my mom. I don't have to be my dad. I don't have to be what you all are. I don't know what happened to you, but it's called therapy in the 21st century. I have some PTSD from hearing violence, and I just feel a lot of old stuff trying to keep my true self from coming out. But I'm tired of letting others take my peace. Yes, they will take your peace. These are what you call scars. What you have experienced are scars in your life. Now I need to learn how to heal those scars. They don't have to be uh, they don't have to be my all in all. When somebody is been in a house that was abusive, whether that's physical abuse, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, whatever, sexual abuse, whatever abuse that they have experienced in their life, these are abuse that I need to heal from. I can't press it down and try to, put it in the back of my mind because it's going to always creep back up. But with any scars that you have in your life, there are tools that can be used to help. Just like going to a doctor. I got a scar. What can I use to heal this scar? I can put a band-aid over this scar, but guess what this scar is going to do? This scar is going to get infected because it's going to grow scabs, and I ain't got no peroxide on there. I ain't got no ointment on there. I ain't got nothing on it. So this scar is going to get even worse. Right? That's all the scar can do. That's what happens if we have trauma that happened in our lives and somebody say, oh, just forget about it. No, it's not about forgetting about it. It's me learning how to cope with those scars. I can't erase what happened, but I can learn to A, move forward, and B, be a better person than what I experienced. I know a lot of people who mothers did not treat them right. And believe me, when they start having children, they was like, I'm going to be the best mom. Or you have young men didn't have their fathers in their lives. And when they became a father, they was like, I am going to be the best father that I can be. So they have already made up in their mind to heal from this trauma that I have experienced. I am going to do better. My child is not going to see us fighting. My child is not going to go to bed hungry. My child is not going to have somewhere to stay. They want to be a better version. That's how you begin to heal, because I'm going to do better than you. I'm going to do better than you. And I'll be so amazed. I'll be like, from your background, you was able to do all of this? I know people who been through certain things that they share their story and they end up 16, 17 years old, 18 years old, homeless, and finish high school, finish college, and did all the things. And you be like, and they be like, I met this lady. I went to one of her conventions, and man, her story was a story to tell. And you be like, and it was called Rags to Riches. And she was just saying, she was like, sleeping behind the garbage can. Like the rats and her was roommates, and just trying to get shelter, trying to be safe because it's hard out here. But just telling her stories, and you be like, man, you're so courageous. How was you able to overcome? How was you able to? They like, I ain't have no choice. They like, I didn't even have a choice. I had to fight for me. I had to fight. Because they came from an abusive, alcoholic, child molesting, all these things. And they like, God, dog. Like, what is this? Who's protecting me? No one. And they said that when I grow up, when I get this, they be like, if I could just get, whatever. I'm like, you finished high school? You finished college? You went on and got these degrees? And honey, she was sharp. She was sharp, and she went from rags to riches. And she said, I tell my story because it's so many young people, older people in general needs to hear that I can do it. But I tell you one thing, she said, I can do it. I can't wait on someone else to do it for me. I can do it. That's it. Yes, I want to be a success story. I know it can happen. I'm definitely going to start affirmation. Start it, young lady. Start it. And believe it. Start it and be like, yes, I am. Yes, I'm going to do better than you all. I'm doing better. I'm going to do better. What do you mean you're going to do better? Don't worry about it. This is between me and my God. I'm going to do better. My daughter would never have to experience what I'm experiencing. My son would never have to experience what I'm experiencing here. Nope. Because this is cray cray. This is cray cray. No. No, 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 no. And it's good to know that young. It's good to know that young. All right. It is good to know that at a young age that I am going to do better. Because somebody you should have said the same thing. So when we saying we want to break those generational curses, and when we say that we want to have a better future, a better life, that can start at any age. It can start at any age because we all got some type of drama in our lives. We all got some type of something that happened that made you say, if I can turn back the hands of time, I will just kindly erase that part right there. I don't know not one person that, King David was a king. He was a great king. King David slept with another man's wife, Bathsheba. I know if he could just erase that part right there. So we all have that in our lives where we just wish we could change something, but you got to meet yourself where you're at. This is where I'm at today. I'm going to therapy. I'm starting my affirmations. I'm going to start doing the things that just bring joy to me. Let me ask you, Jeannie, Gabriella, what do you like to do? Like, what's your I really enjoy moment? What do you like to do? Because that's important. Because once you figure out, because some people, you can ask that question, they be like, well, I like to... They really can't answer that question. So if you don't mind if I ask you that question, what do you enjoy doing that gives you joy and make you smile? Give you joy and make you smile. Because that's how we show up for ourselves. Awesome. What type of business do you have? Yeah, talking to people is very good and very therapeutic. It can be very, very therapeutic. That's why a lot of people be on YouTube, but they be like, honey, I got to talk. I got to get it out. But it's, I just be running across people and I'm like, man, that message, what they put down, honey, I'm picking it up. What they put in down, I'm picking it up because it be like on time. I'm like, our Heavenly Father, He's a mighty Father. He'll drop a seed. And He does the watering. Like people tell me like, oh, Jeanette, I'm really glad I came to your live. I'm really glad I found your channel. I'm really glad. That's Him putting the seed out. He does the watering. What you do with that is your business. But I know that if I be obedient in doing what He tell me to do, that's it. Crochet and jewelry. Oh, awesome. Oh, thank you. It says you are so right. Thank you, Maya. Amen. Yes, it's so true. When you trying to do some things that you like and you enjoy, it's like, man, I just gotta go in my room, go in a closet, go outside. I don't care where you gotta go to get that peace of mind. You better put some actions behind it, because I know that when my dad, when he was in a nursing home, nursing homes can be a very sad place to visit someone. But when I look around at the people, I'm like, I wonder what they would say if they had a chance to talk to their younger self. What would they have done differently? Like, what would they have done differently so that they didn't have to do this outcome? With my dad, my dad had a stroke. And when he had this stroke, we didn't know that he had an aneurysm at the same time. So when he had this stroke and they running these tests, by him being an older man, they didn't want to take a chance on removing the aneurysm. So what they did was they gave him something where they can try to make it smaller, but In the process of that, of them doing that, instead of removing, it messed it with his memory, because that's the brain. And anytime that you're dealing with the brain, it can trigger other issues in your, in your body. And sometimes you can convert to being back like in a child mentality, a child state of mind, or you can just be unaware of your presence or your surroundings. So it's a lot that comes with it. But when you're looking around and just looking at him, because somehow my family always thought that I knew what my dad was saying, because he was no longer able to talk and he was no longer able to walk. We had to do everything with his eyes. His eyes told the story. And somehow they felt like I was able to communicate with him. And I was glad that they thought that about me. And I give all glory to the Most High. But I can just ask him, like, what would you done differently so that you didn't have to be in this position? Sometimes we don't think that these things can happen to us. We're going through life so, nonchalant. I'm just living my life, but not really like taking care of yourself, making sure that you're eating right, drinking right, sleeping right, being around healthy people. All these things affect you when you get 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. And then you say, wow, because some people say, well, I'm going to eat whatever I want to eat. We all going to die. But sometimes you can suffer in the process. It's not a quick thing. And now you need someone to assist you in everything that you do. So when I used to go to the nursing home and I would see everyone's in there, and I'd be like, I wonder what could they have done differently. When I see 70-year-olds and 80-year-olds and 90-year-olds, and they're out walking, jogging, stretching, they don't want to depend on nobody. They like, I am going to take care of me. You know what I mean? They like, I am going to take care of me. And I'll be so inspired by that. I'm like, cause, Jeannie, by you being so young, girl, you could be my little daughter. When we supposed to be inspiring to you. You're supposed to look up to the older generation. I'm way older than you. So when you supposed to look up to the generation, not look and be afraid, like, man, I'm afraid to get old because I don't want to end up in a nursing home. I'm afraid to get old because I'm going to get sick. Getting old don't make you sick. How you take care of yourself make you sick. You could be young and be in a wheelchair. You could be young and be on a walker. You understand what I'm saying? So taking care of yourself, your mental, physical, spiritual, and all emotional, when you taking care of yourself, that will really aid you in, as you progress and get older in life. And you're never too old to get started, but you're never too young to get started as well. That's why I'm so proud of you for saying that you're getting ready to go to therapy, because you're never too young. Because when you go into these places, some of these facilities is not just older people. Some of them is young people as well. Hey, Lydia from Young Works by Lydia. Long time no see. How are you? So, we got to think about those things like that. Don't just be like, I'm just going through life, nothing's going to happen to me. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So that's why I say treat people right. Love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. Love him, seek him, pray to him, ask him for help, ask him for direction, because he'll lead you to people. He'll lead you to certain things. So, just don't think because, I'm young, I got nothing but time, I'm going to do this and that. And that's not always the case. That is not always the case. Anything can happen to an older person can happen to a younger person. Anything that happens to a younger person can happen to the older person. It has nothing to do with your age. It's everything to do with you. I'm definitely look up to you. I really appreciate you. I am so glad. I'm going to start calling you my little daughter. I am so, so glad about that, because that's what we are here for. We are here to help. Because that's what people be crying out. Sometimes you look at people like, they saying, they acting out, but really they crying out. They saying, help, help, help. Help me, please. They literally saying help. But some people can't convey that because people who they have asked in the past for help end up hurting them. So now they kind of like, I'm not going to ask anybody because the last time I asked somebody for help, it didn't go so well. But when you asking God for help, he will direct you to the right people. And you be like, sometimes you ain't even got to ask. It used to be time that I needed money, and all I do is go around my sister, hey girl, what's up? How you doing? Whatever. Laughing, talking, and all of a sudden she'll give me some money before I leave. I'll be in tears like, girl, how did you know? How did you know? Girl, because God knows all. Yeah, I know I've been not very good. I've been so depressed lately since the other half passed away. I know that I haven't been doing any lives on my... Oh, I'm sorry about that, Lydia. That's okay to take time to heal. You say, oh, thank you. My birth mom actually passed away when I was really young. So that means a lot. All right. Sorry to hear that. That's why I said we really, really have to appreciate life, because you could be here today and gone today. It can happen just like that. But I want you to find something that make you smile today, Jenny. I want you to do something that will make you smile today, because nobody is promised today. You know what I'm saying? But because you are here, because you are listening to me, we give all glory to our Heavenly Father, because we gotta appreciate everything. We gotta appreciate everything. And I was talking to my sister, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go live today. And I was saying, and my topic is gonna be, how do you show up for yourself? And you don't know where those conversation is going to lead. You don't know who needs to hear those exact words. You really don't know who needs to hear you. So when you show up and you know, you can give a word of encouragement, or you can just make somebody forget about whatever they going through just for a minute. It's such a blessing. Could be. Yes, absolutely. 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 So I'm glad when I be obedient. I'm glad when I be like, you know what? Go ahead. Hit the button. Go ahead. I can't always schedule them because, I just can't. Yeah, I just got to go with the flow. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. And I thought that, because with my lives, you just never know who's going to show up, how many's going to show up. I'm a talker. I'll talk to myself. We got no problem with that over in these parts. But I was working on this crochet hat. This is going to be a slouchy beanie. This is some wool yarn, but when I tell you this yarn is soft, it looks like it matches this, but it doesn't. This is acrylic. This is a acrylic yarn. This is wool, and this is what I was working on. So I only had one skein of it, and so I thought it was great to work on. So this is just going to be a slouchy beanie, because y'all, if I don't take my crochet out of the house with me, yeah, I feel like I can always do another row, another 2 rows. It's my therapy. It's my chill. Okay. So we all need those things. Finding out what those things are is always a blessing. It's always a plus, just to help our mental, just help us out, But I'll get through with that today. It's going to be a nice, long, slouchy beanie, because I guess slouchy beanie is always in. You know who I love to see wearing these types of hats? I love to see actors with these hats on in movies or programs. I love to see them, the men's hat and the ladies. I love to see them with these hats on. I'll be like, who's your crocheter? Because I would love to design some for you. I would love to sell some to you. So that's going to be my project. And then I got another project that I'm working on, which is a C2C blanket. It is turning out so, so beautiful. I'm trying to make it as large as I can for someone. So I'm excited about that. So I'm just excited, you all. So get excited. I know we all are going through something. I know find something that can put a smile on your face, whether that's a comedy show, whether that's a friend or a sibling or somebody else, whoever you can talk to, or even while you on the YT, where you can find someone that's just going to make you feel just a little bit better. That color is so rich. Yeah, absolutely. I sure will be showing the finished project. And for this to be wool, it is so soft. I don't have the ball band. I kept the ball band. It's at the house. I didn't grab it right now when I came out of the house, but I just love that. Like a gold or mustard color. That is so beautiful, and it's going to be nice for whoever purchase it. But anyway, you all, I want to say thank you so, so very much for coming in and hanging out with me today, whether it's morning or noon, wherever you're at. I appreciate it. And all my people who watch the replay, I appreciate you guys as well for the love, for the thumbs up, for the support. As much as you may and like what I'm saying, I love when you all are here to listen to what I got to say, okay? I'm just trying to be obedient. That's all I'm trying to do. Anyway, guys, I got to get ready and head back to work. I love you guys. Thank you for checking in on me, with me. I want you all to have the most day, okay? The most amazing day. All right. You too, Kimberly. You too, Jenny, all of you guys that's in the chat. Have a great day. Whether you thumbs up on your way in or thumbs up on your way out, give me those thumbs, y'all. Quit playing. Stop playing. Hey, Ivy, have a blessed day as well. Have a wonderful and blessed day. And I'll see you guys in these YouTube streets. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye for now.